When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife, Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens. We are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi electric cooling and heating system allows you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. And because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Junior, Christian Liddell, a 6'1 junior, Ben Olson, 5'11 junior, Paul Doney, a 6'4 senior, and Channer Hendrickson, a 6'3 senior. So it's Hahn and Liddell, Olson, Doney, and Hendrickson for the Jackson Timberwolves coming in at 2-0. We will take a break and come back and have tonight's opening tip-off and game action. It's the Western Conference, a game opener here on Fox Sports 1380 and FM 95.3.
Timberwolves, a 6'3" forward, senior, number 22, Channer Hendrickson. The Everett Seagulls are coached by head coach Bryce Levine, and the Timberwolves are coached by head coach Steve Johnson. Representing the Washington Officials Association, tonight's officials are Shane Day, Brian Taylor, and Rich McGuire. Their experience and integrity qualify them to administer the rules of the game. An attitude of good sportsmanship should be upheld by all spectators, players, and coaches. If you will all now please rise for the singing of our national anthem by Jackson's very own Lily Paulman. It is Western Conference basketball time here on Fox Sports 1380 FM 95.3, presented by the Law Office of Russell and Hill, El Paraiso Mexican Grill, Northwest Plus Credit Union, Vander Yacht Propane, Everett Safe and Lock, Snohomish County PUD, Mountain Pacific Bank, Major League Pizza, by the Lake Stevens Ace Hardware Store, Allstate Insurance Agent Brian Reed, and by
Glass by Lund. In fact, today's starting lineup brought to you by Glass by Lund, family owned and operated since 1967, offering the best price, value, and quality installation online at glassbylund.com. The officials, referee Shane Day, the umpire Ryan Taylor, Rich McGuire is the other umpire, Tom Lafferty along with Bill Kusler, Pat Castro on the stats, Buddy Patrick on the audio graphics, Brandon Hamilton at the controls back at the Fox Sports 1380 studios in downtown Everett. The ball is in the air and we are underway at Jackson High School. Everett controls, goes down, a little pull-up jumper and a little roller will go up and go in. Everett about 3 seconds in, and Fusienko gives them a 2-0 lead.
Goes up with the left hand and just rolls it around the outside of the rim under pressure. Nice play.
And it is going to be an offside jumper that won't go for Jackson. That was a miss by Channer Hendrickson, and a foul is going to be called on Jackson trying to grab the rebound, and it's going to be whistled here on Jackson's Christian Liddell. The 6'1 junior picks up his first personal foul, first team foul. We're 20 seconds in. It's a 2-0 lead for Everett, and the Seagulls have the basketball. Seagulls in their navy blue jerseys, and here's the steal. Hendrickson takes it away, splits two defenders, goes in, one dribble, lays it up, misses. No good, and the over-the-head rebound by Kevin Hahn knocks it into the hand of a Gull. Seagulls bring it down. Wes Erickson at the left wing, looks out topside, goes out on top, loses the defender on top. Going in is Ross Rudder, dumps it down low. Defender on the floor, put up jumper, it's going to be no good by Ross Rudder. And they're going to finally say off of an elbow and out of bounds, and Everett will retain possession. Tough sledding in there so far.
Yeah, tough inside deep, but Ross Rudder and Erickson work really well together. Very unselfish pass by Ross Rudder to get the ball inside.
So the inbound at the baseline, Everett will, with a fresh 35 on the shot clock, a 2-0 lead as we're coming up on a minute into the first quarter. Our opener here on Fox Sports 1380. Glad you're with us on a Tuesday night in Mill Creek. Fusienko back to the basket, top of the key. Swings the pass over the left-hand side. Backing away with it there was Daniel Peterson. Now again to Ross Rudder. We'll try to dump it down low to Fusienko. He does, and they're going to call him travel. Probably lucky to get it called travel rather than a charge foul.
Yeah, that could have been a no call, could have been a charge, could have been a travel. I think that Everett will deal with the travel. The shot clock was running down. Jackson's man-to-man defense, really extended, bothering Everett. And now Everett going into a three-quarter court press before dropping back into man-to-man.
Kevin Hahn, top of the key, double pass right side, Ben Olsen. Now back to Hahn again, pull up foul line jumper, it goes, and we're tied for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Hahn, just a nice jumper, just inside the three-point line at the top of the key, and he drilled it.
2-2 tie at the 6:19 mark to play opening quarter. Erickson, top of the key for Everett. Everett in their navy blue jerseys, white numbers, gold trim, corner jumper won't go. That was a three, a miss by Ross Rudder, and cleared out by Hahn for Jackson. Down to the corner they go. Fake up with the three in the corner. Back to Hahn again, top of the key. Goes over left-hand side to Liddell. He will shoot a three, and he will drain the three in our first lead change of the ball game. And Jackson has a three-point lead at 5-2.
Jackson showing that they can hit from outside. Two outside jumpers for their 5 points.
Preston Campbell brings it across the timeline, working the point. Now to Ross Rudder, and a hand check foul is going to be called. Ross Rudder's way to the basket was impeded by whom? By 2-2, Channer Hendrickson of the Jackson Timberwolves. First personal foul, second team foul. Main difference you'll notice in high school basketball this year, the officials are using 2 fingers for the numbers rather than 2-4. They'll go 2-4, but they have to make it so we understand it's 2-4. If you understand 4 and 2 on the wrong hand, a little runner won't go. That was a miss there by Preston Campbell. Now the pull-up jumper won't go by Liddell, and cleared out by Ross Rudder. Back the other way we go. Everett with the basketball. Fusienko pull up and hits from 18 feet away. That's a 2 and pulls Everett to within 1 at 5-4 Jackson.
Great energy in this ball game so far. Just like a tennis match up and down the floor.
Christian Liddell at the right wing will dump it down low. Nice pass on the bounce pass to Paul Doney, who lays it up and in for Jackson, and they open up again their biggest lead of the ball game, equaling it at 3 points, 7-4. Preston Campbell calls the play with his right hand as it comes across the timeline to Elijah Ross Rudder, back to the basket, way out high post. Give it off to Peterson. Now to the baseline, back again to Ross Rudder. He went to the baseline, and Channer Hendrickson stands there and says, I didn't do anything, but he's going to be called for the blocking foul. He will be. The block on Hendrickson for Chandler Hendrickson, his second personal foul, third team foul on Jackson, and that will bring a bench player out. Joe Capone, 6'4" junior, comes in as Hendrickson sits down with 2 fouls.
He's trying to cover Ross Rutter. Ross Rutter has such a quick first step to the hole and drew both of those fouls, and that will hurt Jackson to have Hendrickson in foul trouble.
Fesienko throws it into Ross Rutter. Now with the dribble is Preston Campbell at the left wing, 27 to shoot. As they swing it, a long cross-court pass over the right-hand side to Peterson, who rifles a pass to Fesienko, waits for defenders to go by, but his put-back lay-in won't go, but he gets his own rebound. Turns, faces, fakes a 15-footer, dumps it off instead to Peterson. He has a roller that won't go. Excuse me, it was Campbell that missed. And then the roller, though, goes into the hands of Jackson. Here come the Timberwolves out of backcourt with a 3-point lead. 4:14 to play here, opening quarter. That's going to be a travel. Christian Liddell was spending so much time, he looked like he was landing airplanes at SeaTac.
He needed those 2 big paddles.
I know. He was giving everybody hand signals, and the official says, you're shuffling your feet. Non-stop JetBlue flight to Buffalo as he shuffled off that way. So it'll be a turnover, give it over to Everett, down by 3. Fesienko left corner to Campbell. Nice ball movement there for the lay-in up and good. Finally, the 5th guy to hold on to the basketball in the possession is Elijah Ross Rutter, and he lays it up and in.
Preston Campbell with a fantastic inside pass to lead him right to the hoop.
Here's Christian Liddell, 3, it goes. He's got a couple as he drained that one, and it's a 10-6 ball game. Christian Liddell has 2 3 balls, but then Bogdan Fesienko says, you like that one? How about this one? Puts up his own 3 and pulls Everett again to within 1. Now dribble drive in. This is Liddell. Can he put in 4? His 3rd? No, it won't go. And the rebound swirls out, comes over to Preston Campbell. They'll bring it up for the Everett Seagulls. 10-9 lead, 3:13 to play, opening quarter at Jackson High School. Fesienko at the baseline goes into a bunch of traffic as Jackson had dropped back into a zone defense, and it was Fesienko and 5 other guys from Mill Creek.
Fesienko's just 5'10", but he is not afraid to play inside the key.
And the foul is going to be whistled here on Jackson's Ben Olson. His first personal foul, 4th team foul. Out of bounds baseline, another big guy comes in for Everett as Jaden White, a 6'6" sophomore. He is big. And he takes up a lot of space. And they're trying to get him the basketball, but they can't so far. Here's a pull-up jumper, too high off the window, no good by Ross Rutter. Kept alive and grabbed by Everett. They'll reload, reset the offense. Javon Wilson also checks in for the Seagulls. Preston Campbell remains at the point. Pull-up jumper by Campbell, offline, kind of floated left. He had a little bit of a fade on it, and it's going to be a miss. Christian Liddell gets it down the floor, goes in, lays it up. Christian Liddell lays it up and in. The lead is back to 3 as Jackson again equals their biggest lead of the ball game with 2.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
Liddell with 8 points, and boy, good body control underneath that time.
Down low they go. They fit into the big guy. Jaden White lays it up, puts it in, and again, Everett to within 1. They can't break free of that 1-point deficit.
2 very evenly matched teams here today. It's going to be a great one.
Olson, swing a pass over to the right-hand side, swing it around. Olson gets it back. Touched 3 other players, and he dumps it down low for a lay-in that just swirls out. Actually, never touched anything. Paul Doney missed the lay-in on a nice pass from Olson. And we're going to have a foul called here on Everett, and it's going to be called on Elijah Ross Rutter. Will be called for the foul. His first personal foul, first team foul. Kevin Hahn at the free throw line for the Timberwolves. First one is good. Minute 58 to play, opening quarter. A 2-point lead, 13-11 for Jackson on their home floor. And another free throw coming up here for Kevin Hahn. Airborne and good, back to a 3-point lead, 14-11. Now here come the Everett Seagulls. Everett moving to our right in their navy blue uniforms. Bogdan Fesienko. Give it up to Jaden White, back to Fesienko again. Dribble drive along the baseline, goes around a couple of defenders and lays it up and in. 3 guys kind of sort of stepped in the way, Bill, but never really got in the way.
Sesienko has 9 points already in the first quarter.
And speaking of not getting in the way, Kevin Hahn just splits the defense and lays it up and in for the Jackson Timberwolves, back to a 3-point lead, 16-13. Ross Rutter directing traffic out by the big Timberwolf in the center of the floor. Now the swing and pass left side, Javon Wilson. Around the corner right side to Fesienko again. Now finally the defender Olsen is right in on him. Ben Olsen, who also is the quarterback, he looks bigger in football pads than he does out here on the basketball floor. Top of the key, that's going to be Preston Campbell with a miss, a 3-ball that comes down and it does not go. And now a nice pass, no-look pass to Hahn from Olsen. Hahn will shoot a 3 and bury a 3 in the left corner. And a timeout on the floor called by the Everett Seagulls with 50.3 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Our score is Jackson Timberwolves 18 and the Everett Seagulls 13. This is Western Conference Basketball, Fox Sports 1380 and FM 95.3.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Forget, basketball is a fun sport.
It's great. Hahn did a great job that time. He had an opening, but he stepped back about 2 steps to turn that into a 3-ball, and he drained it.
Now Everett with the basketball. There's going to be a line change here for Jackson at the next dead ball. Dribbling in is an underhand scoop, laying up and good by Preston Campbell. Steve Johnson didn't like that. He just kind of shook his head and took a seat on the bench. Bill didn't like it either. He knocked his headset right off his head. 19-15 the score, a 4-point lead for Jackson. A 3-ball no good by Christian Liddell in the left corner and a foul called away from the basketball here. It's going to be called on Preston Campbell, the 5'10 senior, picks up the foul. His first personal foul, second team foul.
This is our first opportunity, Tom, to see the kind of depth that Jackson has as they substitute 4 new players into this game.
Yeah, Steve Johnson decides to do some line changing here and see how everybody stacks up with each other. So in comes Jesse Hoiby, and he'll throw it in way out into the backcourt by Jalen Searles. A couple of sophomores there. Now it's Joe Capone. There's a 3-ball on the way that won't go. Grabbed and kept alive by Hoiby. The lay-in is up and it is good, but they're going to count the basket. I think they are. And that's going to send Hoiby. It's going to be called the foul on Jaden White. White picks up the foul. That's his first personal foul. Third team foul. Baseline out of bounds now for Jackson. Capone tried to pass, but it's going to be stolen away by Campbell. He goes in. Campbell blocked out of there, no good. Follow up, no good. But he got, yes, it was good, and he also got hammered. As coming through, getting one, Jalen Searles got 1 block, but then on the second attempted block, he's going to commit the foul, and Javon Wilson will go to the free throw line.
Trying to get the 3-point way the old-fashioned way. We've had an offensive show here so far at 19-17.
And Javon Wilson shoots the free throw and it goes, and it's again a 1-point ball game for Jackson on their home floor, and that will bring us to the end of the first quarter of action here at Jackson High School in Mill Creek. Our score after 1 is the Jackson Timberwolves 19 and the Everett Seagulls 18. This is Western Conference Basketball, Fox Sports 1380 FM 95.3. Yeah, so I think they're going to send Wes Erickson back off the floor. Rich McGuire was going to let him come in, and the other guy wasn't going to. Ryan Taylor said, no, have a seat.
Sometimes they're sticklers for the rules.
Take a look at the first quarter numbers here in a moment. Jesse Hoiby brings it out of backcourt now for Jackson. They're going with their second line as they swing a pass over the right-hand side. Desmond Liddell. Long cross-court pass, but it doesn't go quite far enough. It's going to be picked off there by Mason Kobos for Everett. Here come the Seagulls out of backcourt. Kobos on the dribble drive. Swing a pass right side to Javon Wilson. Wilson dribbles through traffic. Now directs traffic with the left hand. Still on the dribble. Goes over to Kobos again. He's looking for Campbell. Campbell dribbles into trouble is what he does, but he's going to get fouled. He ran into Joe Capone, but I don't know if they're going to get Capone for the foul. Yeah, they're going to get Preston Campbell. Did he just say white three?
Yeah.
Jackson, Desmond Liddell will pick up the foul.
First quarter stats, both teams shooting lights out. Everett 8 for 16 from the field, 50%, 1 for 3 from three-point range and hit their only free throw. Jackson also 50%, 7 for 14, 3 of 5 from three-point range, and they hit both of their free throws.
So finally they're going to get Wes Erickson in. The foul had been called on Jackson's Desmond Liddell, his first personal foul. The 16th foul, they were going to shoot free throws, and they decided, no, it's only 6, so no free throws here. Everett inbounds, down by 1, 19-18. Good ball game tonight here in Mill Creek. Preston Campbell dribbles back and forth, trying to go around the defender. Desmond Liddell can't do it. He'll swing a pass instead, left side to Mason Kobos. They're looking to try to go down low again. Ross Rutter is not in there. Down to 16 to shoot, and they're way out by the center line. Give it up to Campbell again. He will split the defense. No, he kind of goes off balance and travels with the basketball. He was going to try to break the fence. He was making a run for the border, and they wouldn't let him in.
That was just tremendous defense. Steve Johnson, the coach for Jackson, up on his feet, cheering on his team. Great defensive effort, not allowing Everett to penetrate.
Here's Jalen Searles, goes in, power move to the rack, goes in for a lay-in but misses, but he gets fouled there by Mason Kobos for Everett, his first personal foul, and the 4th team foul, and Jalen Searles goes to the free throw line, the 6'4" sophomore. First free throw is good, and he will get another. 6:54 first half, 20-18 lead for Jackson. Make it 21-18. Back to the three-point lead. Jackson's led by as much as 5. Everett had an early 2-0 lead. 1 lead change, 1 tie in this ball game. Preston Campbell to Kobos. Kobos out between the rings, looking down low. He finds Wes Campbell, knocks over defender, lays it up and in. Shane Day says, get up. He didn't hit you that hard, so he gets up, and it's going to be a 1-point lead for Everett. Jackson basketball now.
Letting him play underneath, which I like.
Jackson in their home white uniforms with wolves across the chest in green, black trim. To the top of the key they go. Swing around left-hand side. Jesse Hoiby dribbles in, goes between a bunch of defenders and lays it up and in. Jesse Hoiby with the bucket, and it's back to a 3-point lead for Jackson.
Quick first step and a strong move to the hole.
Preston Campbell brings it out of backcourt. Picked up there by the defense. Lost control of the basketball, then tried to kind of shuttle a pass over to the left side off the fingertips of Andrew Olson and out of bounds. Elijah Ross Rutter will return for Everett. And here comes Jackson, up by 3. Desmond Liddell, Jesse Hoiby, left wing. Starts the dribble once, goes down low. They go to Isaac Grayson, back out on top of the key. Long 3, buries it. Joe Capone. You know, Bill, the big guys shoot from outside too.
They do, but that was all set up by Grayson. He was just mobbed inside and had the court presence to find him out at the top of the key, whipped that pass out there and allowed him to hit the 3.
Jackson with their biggest lead of the ball game, up 26-20. Elijah Ross Rutter went into the lane, forgot something. Left the basketball in the hands of Jesse Hoiby, and then that's picked up by Capone. And Capone has it, dribble drive through, lays it up on a power move to the rack and in. Hits a 3 on the previous possession. This time it goes to the rack and puts it up and in, and opens up an 8-point lead for Jackson.
This is the depth that we talked about before the game. This second 5 for Jackson looks every bit as powerful as the first 5.
Out on top of the key, Preston Campbell. That 3 won't go for Everett. battle for it, scrap for it on the floor. It's going to be picked up and grabbed by Isaac Grayson. Out of backcourt they come. Bring it up to Capone. Capone this time goes for a fadeaway left side, and a foul is going to be called. As Andrew Olson ended up on the floor for Everett, but I think he's going to be the guilty party here. He will be. Andrew Olson, the 5'11 junior for the Seagulls, his first personal foul, 5th team foul.
Jackson getting more and more aggressive to go towards the basket.
Preston Campbell will sit down for Everett. Daniel Peterson checks back in. Jesse Hoiby will throw it in. Jalen Searles has it top of the key. Double pass to Hoiby, turnaround jumper, 8 feet, rattles and goes in. So that opens up now Jackson's biggest lead of the game, up by 10 points at 30-20. And the ball was knocked out of bounds here momentarily. And so Everett will retain possession in their front court. The official, Rich McGuire, is telling Hoiby, give him some room to throw it in front of the bench, right in front of our broadcast location here. 2 rows up at Jackson High School. Kind of spinning with the ball is Wes Erickson. Now he goes cross court to Kobos. He'll shoot a 3, too hard, no good. And the rebound's going to be grabbed down by Jackson. That rebound by Grayson. And up the floor they come for a 3 that won't go left corner.
Nice board
by Jalen Searles. A nice rebound there as Everett can't get it. And Jackson will reload the offense and reset the 35 shot clock. Here's a shot 3, no good. Left side, Desmond Liddell kept alive again by Jackson. The officials kind of confer with each other, and finally they're going to give it to Everett.
Liddell grabbed a couple of rebounds in there at just 5'8", being really aggressive on the offensive boards.
So now it'll be Everett basketball down by 10 with 3:55 to play here in the first half. I think the first 5 are going to make their way back out of the floor for Jackson now. Here's underneath Fesienko, went in, had nothing, kicked it back out. Here's Ross Rutter. His turnaround jumper is good. Got it, turned around, faced, and fired from about 5 feet away. It's down to an 8-point lead for Jackson.
One of the reasons Jackson is making this move, they've doubled up Everett in rebounds, 12-6.
And a timeout called by Jackson. We step aside with 3:25 to play in the first half. It's Jackson 30 and Everett 22. This is Western Conference basketball on Fox Sports 1380 FM 95.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens. We are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Furniture here at Jackson High School.
They do. The scores table up in front of us, brand new. They've got those nice, very comfortable chairs, which they didn't bother to buy a couple more for us, but I guess we'll have to make do.
So here we go. Jackson with the basketball, up by 8 on their home floor. As Ben Olson kind of looks over and shrugs at head coach Steve Johnson here. What are we running? I don't know.
Yeah, Everett's moved into a box and 1 a little bit.
Here's a turnaround jumper for Jackson. It won't go. That's Christian Liddell missed. He got knocked to the floor, and a foul is going to be whistled here, but it's going to be on Jackson.
Very interesting. I was trying to figure out what that defense would look, kind of like a box and 1, but the one that was playing man-to-man was just racing. So give me a chance to figure this out the next time down the floor.
It was a hybrid.
Yeah, an interesting defense, however.
They're playing the nickel package there. And I think the foul is going to be on Carter Korab. Is that correct? Yes, 6'4" freshman. His first personal foul, 7th team foul, so free throws here. First free throw up, it is good for Everett's Daniel Peterson. So pretty much I was going to say the starters are kind of sort of not back in there for both teams, except for Korab. Next free throw is going to be no good, and the rebound is going to be grabbed down by Jackson. Grabbed by Christian Liddell. 3 on the way that won't go. And it's going to be grabbed by Everett. Seagulls with the basketball. they scored there, and then Everett quickly brings it up as it comes down to Fesienko won't go, and you go to the free throw line. So it was a 2 on this end by Liddell. For the for crying out loud, don't listen to me. I'm the last guy who knows what's going on out there. Well, let's put Bogdan Fesienko at the free throw line.
Sorry, Tom. You've got to see Fesienko's shoes.
Oh, those are great.
Pink and black on a sea of gray. Look like lizard skin.
His first is good. The second is no good. And the rebound's going to be grabbed down by Jackson. Taken out by Doney. Now to Hahn. Hahn will bring it out of backcourt. Full court pressure by Everett. Kevin Hahn on the dribble to right wing. Looking for Olsen, finds it. Olsen gets it, lays it up, lays it in. Ben Olsen, shortest guy on the floor, just kind of went in amongst the tall guys and nobody got in his way and lays it up and in. It's back to a 10-point lead for Jackson. They equal their biggest lead of the ball game.
That's a tough shot to control when you have your arm way far away from your body and kind of scoop it out there. It was a nice play. He was a very fine quarterback during football season too, was Olsen.
Top of the key, Preston Campbell. Elijah Ross Rutter gets it. Now it goes to Peterson. Peterson, long cross-court pass. Campbell elevates, 3 on the way, won't go, rattles off. Rebound, another rebound grabbed down by Jackson's Paul Doney. Now a fadeaway jumper, Christian Liddell on the other end, won't go from 16 feet away. And then Hahn tried to grab the rebound. It was taken away from him by Preston Campbell. He goes in, laying up, missed it, no good. Good defense there by Olsen, who's got the basketball. Another one grabbed. This time it's going to be grabbed by Carter Korab. And then the ball's taken away from Liddell. Looking for a foul, didn't get it. Laying is up and good by Preston Campbell. Well, I thought there was a foul that was missed
a little
right there.
Forearm shiver that caused that turnover. Now Everett, little full court pressure, cutting that lead down to 8.
It wasn't quite the Gronk play from Sunday, but it was close. But then to settle things down, going in, Ben Olsen says, I'll just lay it up and let you guys just go back and play defense. He does, and it makes it a 36-26 ball game. Bill's doing math again.
Oh, no, they're like 9 for 11 from the field here in the second quarter. Jackson just shooting lights out.
And now Everett commits the turnover on a bad pass. It's going to be intercepted by Jackson, and the Timberwolves have it. Olsen dribbles in amongst everybody. He goes to the floor. The ball goes up and misses. He's going to the free throw line. The foul is going to be called here, and it's going to be whistled on Daniel Peterson for the Seagulls. First personal foul and the 6th team foul, but he was on his way to the hoop, and so Ben Olsen will go to the free throw line.
Been a long time since Everett's gotten a rebound. They were leading the rebound 6-5 at one point, and now Jackson 17 rebounds to just 6 for Everett. So Jackson really sweeping the boards.
First free throw is a miss. Next one by Olsen is a make. And it's 37-26. Jackson's biggest lead, 11 points. 42 seconds to play in the first half. Cross court, Kobos will elevate for 3. It rattles out, tough luck shot won't go. Kevin Hahn grabs the rebound for Jackson. Timberwolves out of backcourt to Olsen. Olsen just holds the ball on his hip, looking to start the offense. Christian Liddell has it.
No shot clock, so they're going for the last shot here.
And down to 19 seconds to play. On top again it goes. Doney. Now to Hahn, 10 seconds to play. Hahn dribbles around a screen to Liddell, down to 6, down to 5. Liddell shoots a 3, rattles out, no good. Put back, no good by Carter Korab. And a foul is going to be called. Are they going to get Korab coming through too hard? Trying to grab that rebound on the putback. It will be. Carter Korab, the 6'4 freshman, picks up the foul, his 3rd personal foul, and the 19th foul. Steve Johnson doesn't like it.
Yep, so not what you want, giving Everett a chance to hit a couple of free throws with under 3 seconds remaining in the half.
2.4 to be exact seconds to go. Rich McGuire still having a little discussion here with Steve Johnson. And I think Rich is probably saying, Coach, you're up by 11. We play on. Elijah Ross Rutter at the free throw line. first free throw is good. So he could make it a single-digit lead with the next free throw here heading into the halftime locker room. The officials still having a little discussion with Steve Johnson. Now they've broken up. Next free throw won't go. They're going to say a lane violation that would not have counted had it gone through anyway. So with the final 1.9 seconds, probably they should put more time back on. This clock shouldn't have started, but it's a non-league game. But Olsen will throw a football pass. The length of the floor goes down. It's going to be incomplete.
So they'll get the ball down underneath their own basket, which is another opportunity for Everett to score here with 1.9 seconds.
Yeah, so Everett gets it. Yeah, an incomplete pass there by Olsen. We said that during football season, but it worked here too. So Elijah Ross Rutter will throw it in. 1.9 to play. At the baseline, they throw it in. Looking, gets it in. Campbell shoots it off balance and hit.
Oh, that was just backing up and just throwing it like a baseball. And he hit the three. Wow. Big emotional boost for Everett going into here at halftime.
So Preston, Bill, let's go back and kind of reset what happened there. It started with the fact the ball was out of bounds with about 1.9 seconds to go, and Olsen tries to throw it in.
Three at full court. Nobody touched it, and it went out of bounds. If nobody touches it, it goes to where it was thrown in. So then Everett gets the ball underneath their own basket. Ross Rutter looking for someone to throw it into, finally just desperate to get it in before 5 seconds. Hits him, and then he just winds up like a baseball player and throws that thing, and it goes down for three.
Now stand by for our Wesco basketball halftime show, fueled by Vanderjagt Propane. Our score at the half. Hill. So Everett now moving to our left in their navy blue uniform, white numbers, gold trim. They've got the basketball, trying to force it down low. They do, going in, laying up and good. Early offense here by Wes Erickson. Off the pass from Campbell. That's a 5-point lead, 37-32. Ball just out of bounds. Bad pass by Jackson. Turn it right back over. Seagulls will make it.
Wes Erickson held it with 2 points in the first half, averaging 15 points per ball game. Obviously, Bryce Levine wanted them to get the ball into him low and attack the hole, and they did it as well with their guard there.
The little guy goes in low and attacks the hole, and Preston Campbell puts it up and in and makes it a 3-point ball game, 37-34 Jackson. Now Kevin Hahn on the other end as the ball swatted right back at him by Wes Erickson. Erickson the last to touch it, so it will still be Jackson basketball in front court, 26 in the shot clock.
Jackson had as much as a 10-point lead a couple times in the first half. Everett split that lead down to 3.
Now Jackson on the inbound in the full white uniform. Green numbers and letters, the Wolves on the tip. Black shirt moving to our right here. Campbell in the corner, 3, right side good. And a 3 up and good by Liddell. Liddell puts it in. And makes it a 40-34 ball game.
Christian Liddell now with 13 points with lead on scoring.
Erickson, Wolf. Cross-court pass to Campbell. Runs into Olsen, loses Olsen, lays it up, traveled. Looked cool, but he can travel with a basketball.
Yeah, that's a good call. Unfortunate for Everett.
Halftime score in the non-league game, a 3A, 4A crossover. Stan was leading Lake Stevens 37-26 that game at the half. Inbounds now for the Jackson Timberwolves on their home floor, leading by 9, 45-36. Christian Liddell makes the pass one way. Hahn, back to Liddell again. Hahn will load and fire a three that won't go. Liddell grabs it, he'll reload, he'll fire this one, it'll go down. Wow, Christian Liddell put him in from all over the place, all night long. Timeout on the floor called by Everett. We step aside with 4 minutes and 16 seconds to play in the third quarter. Biggest lead of the game for Jackson, 48-36.
Shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens. You not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens. We are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Just racking them from outside, 3 for 3 in the third quarter, all threes.
So Everett will throw it in, down by a 48-36 score. Biggest lead of the game, up by a dozen, are the Jackson Timberwolves. As Preston Campbell brings it out of backcourt. Swing a pass to Peterson, back to Wes Erickson. Dribbles in around the defender, missed the lay-in, tried to get his own rebound, couldn't do it. Taken away from him by Chandler Hendrickson. And up the floor comes Olsen, tried to bounce pass to the baseline to Hahn. Ball nearly went out of bounds, but Olsen goes back, retrieves it himself. Hooks the pass over the left-hand side, Christian Liddell. That three ball won't go. Back up by Hendrickson, it will go. Pretty good ball movement there by the Jackson Timberwolves, all kept alive by Ben Olsen. And it's 50-36, a 14-point lead for Jackson.
Beautiful putback.
Now here's Campbell, has the ball stolen away from him, and then in his zeal to try to get the ball back, he went right over the back, right, climbed the frame of Christian Liddell, and it's going to be Campbell with the foul. That's his second personal foul. First team foul of the second half. Very physical ball game, but only one foul has been called on either team here at the 3:32 mark to play in the third quarter. I think the officials have somewhere to go tonight. Here is Olsen.
Wow.
Olsen dribbles around. Curly Neal.
Marcus Haynes.
He put the ball on the floor, just barely kept it alive, and then picked it back up, got control, laid it up and in, and the lead is up to 16 points. Now Fesienko has it. Ross Rudder top of the court, top of the key. Dribble driver over the right-hand side for a two-handed slam dunk.
Well, that was pretty. Got the crowd energized a little bit there. Hopefully it'll energize his team as well.
Here's a three on the other end, won't go. Rattles off, no good by Liddell. Christian Liddell, but gets his own rebound. Kept alive and tapped back out to him, and he'll reload the offense. To Hahn. Hahn at the baseline, foul called. I think Fesienko is going to be called. Oh, we're going to have a foul and we're going to have a technical foul. Elijah Ross Rudder said something, didn't like the call, I think called on his buddy. And so we're going to clear out things, and we're going to have a technical foul call and a regular common foul. So we're waiting for the officials to give us the signals here as to what exactly happened there. Shane Day, Ryan Taylor, Rich McGuire are the referees. So the common foul is on Fesienko, and the technical foul is going to be on 14. And that's going to be Elijah Ross Rudder. So here are the two shots for the technical foul here. It's going to be Kevin Hahn at the free throw line. First free throw is good. So for Fesienko, who picked up the foul, the common foul, that's his first personal foul. The technical foul is on Ross Rutter. That's his second personal. Technicals are personal fouls. Kevin Hahn hits both free throws, and the lead is 54-38. As Jackson now out to their biggest lead, up by 16 points.
Hahn now breaks into double figures. He has 11 for the night.
And Ross Rutter will go to the bench down next to Coach Bryce Levine. He's still having a little discussion with the officials too. I'm not sure he liked the fact of I don't think he liked the first foul. And then the technical foul was just in the aftermath. Yeah. Here's Christian Liddell, top of the key, looking at three. Instead, it had a nice little bounce pass underneath, and it's up and good. And laying up and good by Chandler Hendrickson. And it's 50, excuse me. Capone. Big guy. Dribble drive, right side, Everett with it, cross court, Erickson, three, goes, won't. Offline, as he put it up, missed it, and the rebound's gonna be grabbed here by, that's Joe Capone. Now here's a little runner up by Olsen, gets his own rebound again.
He is the Energizer Bunny in there.
He really is. Kevin Hahn out between the circles. Hendrickson, Capone, he'll shoot a three, rattles off, no, and won't go. Rebound controlled by Everett. Erickson grabbed the board, whistle sound, and a foul is going to be called here on Christian Liddell. Second personal foul, second team foul. Line change here for the Jackson Timberwolves as Jalen Searles back in, Jesse Hoiby back in. Olsen remains out there. Little brother Desmond Liddell checks in. Overplay on the defense, almost took it away from Andrew Olsen. He has it on the dribble though. Now Ross Rutter's back in there. Up fake for the three, didn't take it. Swing it over to Erickson, sets a screen there. Erickson tries to go to the baseline, and a hand check foul is going to be called here. It's going to be on Hoiby. Jesse Hoiby, I think, is going to pick up the foul. That's his first personal foul, third team foul. Baseline out of bounds for Everett. Olsen will throw it in. Looking, goes way in. It's going to be disrupted there by Olsen. Then from the seat of his pants, throws the pass to Hoiby. Olsen gets it back. Over to Hoiby right side. Travel with the basketball. Yeah, Ben Olsen just sticks his nose in there, doesn't he?
He's just, he's got 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. He's just somebody that fills up the stat book and works his tail off.
Now that's Ross Rutter, top of the key. Looking down low, starts the dribble. Tries to split the defense, goes to Erickson instead. Erickson with his back to the basket, back over,
nice
goes
pass
to Ross Rutter, but he couldn't complete it, so he goes right back, gets his own rebound, or actually got control of the basketball, turned around, three-pointer, won't go. Olsen grabs, no look, pass going down. Lay-in is up, no good. Thought there was a foul, but there isn't a foul there. He just kind of sort of hammered him on the way in, and so it'll be back to Everett basketball, down to 45 seconds to play in the third quarter. Now they will call a foul, and I think it's going to be on Desmond Liddell. He ended up on his wallet. The foul is going to be called on Liddell. Desmond Liddell, the senior, picks up his second personal foul, fourth team foul. So Desmond Liddell is 5'8", he's a senior, and brother Christian Liddell is a 6'1" junior. That's one of those, when your brother's bigger than you are, it's just not fair. So here is Kobos in for Everett, goes in, spin move, laying up and good. Mason Kobos, a nice little spin move down the lane. Now quickly up the floor comes Jackson. Ben Olsen. Give it off to Capone, back to Hoiby again. They'll play for one shot, 16 seconds to shoot. 16 seconds to go in the quarter. Now down to 12, down to 11. Way out by the center line is Ben Olsen. Down to 8, down to 7. Olsen goes around the screen. Olsen splits the defense, and we're going to have a blocking foul called. Another guy on the deck, and that is going to be Andrew Olsen. He picks up the foul, so 4.6 to go in the third quarter. It'll be free throws coming up here.
Ben Olsen is so aggressive to the hoop. He just has a quick first step, and it just has his motor running all the time, and he has set up some great opportunities for his team here today.
Free throw, good. He'll get another. Ben Olsen at the line. The lead is 17 points, Jackson's biggest lead of the ball game. Next one will go as well, out to 18 points now. The final 4.5 seconds to go. And there's a steal, inbounds, lay-in won't go. And the rebound grabbed down by Ross Rutter, and that will bring us to the end. A steal on the inbounds there by Jalen Searles, but he couldn't complete it, couldn't put the lay-in up and in. That brings us to the end of the third quarter. Our score, the Jackson Timberwolves 58 and the Everett Seagulls 40. This is Western
Watching Jackson Timberwolves live!
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Oh. How did that happen?
Capone just made a basket. Did you see that?
Gone goofy.
Fouls at number 30.
Jackson High School. Tom Lafferty along with Bill Kusler. Glad you're with us here on this Tuesday night. We'll take a look at the third quarter numbers. And just in fact, Bill, we have them right now.
We do. Everett 5 for 9 from the field in the third quarter, 55%. Jackson just 38%, but they had twice as many attempts. They were 7 for 18 from the field, 3 for 7 from three-point range, hit all 4 free throws, and they stretched a 3-point lead into an 18, now a 19-point lead.
So here we go. And it's going to be inbounded here for the Jackson Timberwolves. 7:08 to play here in the fourth quarter. 60-41, 19-point lead. Jackson out to their biggest lead of the ball game. Right side it goes as they work it over the left-hand side. Now to the top of the key again. This is Jackson, fadeaway jumper all the way, no good. Christian Liddell misses, and the push-off is going to be called here, and it's going to be against the Everett or the Jackson Timberwolves, and it's going to be whistled on Desmond Liddell. Excuse me. It's going to be a Jalen Searles. Searles picks up the foul. That's his third personal foul and the 6th team foul. On top of the key for Everett, left-hand side. Chris is Andrew Olson. Olson swinging around the right-hand side. Olson gets it back on top of the key. Swinging over right side to Kobos. Kobos getting just bothered by the Liddell brothers, and the ball is going to be stolen by Desmond and then carried out of bounds. So the ball goes out of bounds, and they give it on the turnover right back over to the Everett Seagulls. Down by 19 points at 60-41.
Jackson just putting up relentless pressure this entire second half. It's really bothering Everett, and Everett will call a timeout.
As Everett calls a timeout, we will as well with 6:26 to play in the basketball game. 60-41, Jackson by 19. Western Conference Basketball, Fox Sports 1380 FM.
Chevy trucks. We think it's because Chevrolets are
the most dependable trucks
built to last a long time.
with durable durability
And ruggedness.
Son of a gun. Chevrolet pickups are
Designed and built better
than ever, giving you a smooth, solid ride since 1918.
I like the extra power. Hauling power. Super powerful.
Nasty power!
And quality.
Seems they make them
Strong.
Extra strong.
stronger every year.
Chevy trucks are built for work.
Hard work.
And
For play.
That's why Chevy's the best truck.
Mile after
Mile.
Seconds to play here in this fourth and final quarter. The lead is 19 points for Jackson, their biggest lead of the game, and it is Everett basketball. Preston Campbell back out to Erickson. 3 on the way, won't go from the top of the key. Dead central, wouldn't go. And then, and I'm not sure what they're calling it. Play had stopped. There's no basket there. Everett was kind of jumping up and down like the basket had counted, but the whistle had already sounded. And so Preston Campbell is going to go to the free throw line for the Seagulls. Jesse Hoiby is going to commit the foul. That's going to be his second personal foul. And the 7th team foul. Free throw, number 1, won't go for Campbell, and he will get another. 60-41 the score.
One of the things we talked about before the ball game is the depth of Jackson, and Everett starting to play like they're a little bit fatigued, and Jackson taking advantage of that. As we said, you know, they can go 10 deep pretty consistently, and there's not much of a drop-off, if any.
Yes, Steve Johnson went 10 deep because he put 5 new guys in and took the old 5 guys back off. So just about everybody, in fact, I think everyone has played on the bench down to our right here for Jackson. Here's a little runner up and good for Jackson, Joe Capone, and makes it now a 20-point lead. Biggest lead of the game for Jackson. Campbell has it. Cross-court right side to Olson. Olson tries to dribble in, kind of puts up the elbow, looking for some room around Hoiby. He's not going to get it. Campbell has it. Now to Ross Rudder. Give it up to Kobos. Kobos gets the handoff, goes to the foul line, and then throws a pass right into the hands of Joe Capone. Problem is he plays for the other guys. Up the floor, little runner won't go, right side. That's going to be Jalen Searles, puts it up with the right hand. Wouldn't go. Got fouled on the way in, I do believe. But they're going to call this one on Mason Kobos, the 5'11 junior for Everett. His second personal foul. 5th team foul. Out of bounds, baseline.
Called it on the drive, and so no shot.
Jesse Hoiby looking down low, but the ball is going to, thank you very much, as Ross Rudder, then almost stolen back from Elijah Ross Rudder, and they'll bring it out of backcourt. Preston Campbell on the dribble. Now to Erickson, goes around, spins around Capone and lays it up and in.
Goes to the left hand. That was a nice play by Erickson.
And nearly a foul, but going down is Liddell, but it's going to have the presence of mind to kind of bowl it up the floor. Picks up the spare, and they keep the basketball. Right side, Liddell. Sometimes I just crack myself up. Here's a fadeaway jumper from the foul line. It won't go. Preston Campbell goes high in the air, grabs a rebound. Up the floor, it goes to Erickson. Spin move by Erickson. The lay-in is up and good. Nice spin move by Erickson after he received the pass, went around the defender, and a 62-46, 16-point lead. And we're going to have a travel as Jackson commits the traveling. Desmond Liddell travels, and that'll bring the starters back off the bench for Jackson.
Everett trying to scratch their way back, down by as many as 19. Now a 16-point deficit, and they have the basketball.
So Everett will throw it in to Campbell, goes down over the left-hand side to Peterson, lost the handle on it, goes out to Kobos, who drains the 3-ball.
Is that the way they drew it up?
We're almost halfway through the fourth quarter, and it's now a 13-point lead. So what was 20 is now 13. Don't look now. I still think that Jackson has pretty much control of it, but Steve Johnson thought, let's put the starters back in. Olsen swings a pass over the right-hand side. Now that is Kevin Hahn with the basketball. On top to Doney. Doney looking down low to Hahn again. 9 to shoot, 8 to shoot as they go left-hand side. Doney still haven't looked at a shot really. Down to 4 to shoot. Here's this long 3-ball. Boy, that helps you out big time when Christian Liddell drains about a 21-footer left side.
That's his 6th 3-point basket, and he now has 22 points on the night.
65-49. The lead now, back out to 16 points for the Jackson Timberwolves on their home floor. 3:15 to play in the game. Overplay on the defense. It's going to be taken away. Grabbed by Channer Hendrickson. Up the floor, lost the handle on it, and then Paul Doney's been there. He's been there all night to kind of pick up the trash and the waste paper that's around. He's just been there, got a couple of key rebounds as well. Ben Olsen dribbles to the baseline, dribbles across the baseline, right back out the other side. Still on the dribble, goes to the top of the key. Just a little circuit there. Now down low, that's a nice pass in there, and waiting for the defender to go by was Christian Liddell, lays it up and in. 67-49 to score, and a timeout called by the Everett Seagulls. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the game. 67-49, Jackson leading Everett. Western Conference Basketball, Fox Sports, 1380 FM 95.
Jackson Timberwolves Live!
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Dribble drive right side going in, laying up, no good. Andrew Olsen kind of short-armed it, no good. And Doney grabs another rebound. Give it up to Olsen. Olsen out of back court. Kind of tight ropes the sidelines, and Olsen says, I'll take it. Actually, it was going to be given away. Olsen, and then Daniel Peterson tried for the steal. They're going to, actually it was Andrew Olsen tried for the steal.
I think he got the ball back, but he was stepping on the end line.
And so the out of bounds gives it right back over to Jackson. Hendrickson rifles a bounce pass underneath to Hahn, and he misses. And Fesienko brings it out of back court now for the Everett Seagulls. Down to 2 minutes to play here in the basketball game. Fesienko does his own circuit of the floor, comes away with nothing. Up the floor it goes, down to Channer Hendrickson. Ball blocked right back at him. They're going to call a foul. Rich McGuire was at the baseline, didn't make that call. But Ryan Taylor made that call from Heatherwood Elementary. He made that call from the pit of misery.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly. So the foul will be called, and it'll be Channer Hendrickson going to the free throw line. Here comes the second wave coming in now for the Jackson Timberwolves. They'll send a line out. Whole line change here. Hoiberg checks it in, as is Carter Korab. And free throw here. Number 2 for Channer Hendrickson. Time we're going to be talking about our Good Hands Player of the Game, brought to you by Allstate Insurance Agent Brian Reed, who we'll talk about here after the game. Also here on STSPN. Todd Elvig at the controls here tonight on our simulcast from Jackson High School. And the corner goes down low, swing a pass over, no, it's going to be still controlled by Everett. They keep it, Bogdan Fesienko dribbles in to trouble, kicks out of trouble for a 3 in the corner. Left side no good by Olsen. Kept alive here by Jackson. Down to a minute 20 to play. Searles has it, right side, ball disrupted. I think that Searles was setting up to try to go in for a slam, and Fesienko said, not so much, not on my watch, as he got the ball. Now they're scrambling for the ball on the floor. Arms akimbo, bodies on the floor, jump ball called, turnover on the alternating possession. And it'll remain in the possession of the Everett Seagulls, and they'll throw it in right in front of their home bench, or their visiting bench down to our left. And Bogdan Fesienko will throw it in from the near sideline. Looking, and the ball nearly went out of bounds off the hands of Andrew Olsen, but he retains possession to Fesienko. Fesienko dribbles across the top of the key. Swing a pass over to the right-hand corner. Olsen with it. Tries to dribble around the defenders. Goes down low, putting up a shot. It's going to, with the right hand, it's going to be a miss. No good. Comes out of there. Gable Waddell on that shot, misses. And the rebound's going to be controlled by Jackson. Desmond Liddell to Hoiby, back to Liddell. 34 seconds to play in the game. Bill, who do you like for our player of the game?
I've got to go with Christian Liddell. His three-pointers just put a dagger in the heart of the Everett Seagulls. Everett would pull to within 3, and then a couple of quick three-pointers, and Jackson took off.
We'll get him over to talk to us here on Fox Sports 1380 FM 95.3 and on STSPN.com, our player of the game. Here's a shot on the way, offline, foul called with just about 8 seconds to play. I like Ben Olsen too.
Yeah, I thought he played a really good. I would definitely give him honorable mention. He of the high motor.
The Energizer Bunny. So Christian Liddell will be our player of the game. Shot on the way, first one no good. And Gabe Waddell will get another, the 6'1 senior. 68-49, the lead for Jackson. Next free throw won't go. He's going to get one more. And he's going to... Is he shooting for the hat trick here? Well, he gets it. And so that will draw this ball game to a close. A couple of missed free throws, and the final score will be 68-49. 68-49. And we're going to talk with our player of the game here, Christian Liddell, here momentarily, as we will wait for the teams to shake hands at the center of the floor. The Everett Seagulls down by 1 at the end of the first quarter, 19-18. But you're outscored 19-10 in the third quarter. It just spells doom for the Seagulls tonight.
Just the balance and the depth of Jackson just wore down the Everett Seagulls, who got off to a really good start, but it's difficult to be able to come back with that, and just a great ball game for Jackson.
And we've got our player of the game, Christian Liddell. Nice job tonight.
Thank you.
But we want to ask you first about, does Ben Olsen, we call him the Energizer Bunny. Is he like that all the time?
Yeah, and everything. All the time. He just runs around nonstop.
Anyway, great ball game. Christian Liddell, 24 points, and 9 of 17 from the field, 6 of 9 from three-point range, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. The thing that I really enjoy about watching your ball club is the depth you have and the balance you have. You got a lot of guys that contribute.
Yeah, it's good. Different from last year. A lot different.
So tell us how it is different from last year.
Last year our rotation wasn't as deep, so we had like 7 guys playing, but everybody being able to play, we play like 8-9 people, so it gives us all a chance to re-energize on the bench, and just we all come out electrified, and it's a good unit.
So that's a good thing. If you see the other 5 guys coming in, you're thinking, okay, I have a chance to have a drink of water and rest for a minute and get energized for the next time out.
Yeah, exactly.
And it seems like, different people with major contributions all the time. We were joking about Ben Olsen, but talk a little more about his game specifically.
Coming off the ACL tear, we were just kind of nervous to see what he was going to bring, but he stepped up, and we're excited to see what he's bringing. And this is early in the season, and so far he's looking good.
All right, and talk a little bit more. Parker Manalo and Brasic and those guys, El Taki, all graduated, so it's kind of new people having to step up. And talk a little bit about taking more of a leadership role this year.
I knew coming into this year we weren't going to have a lot of leaders, so the seniors and people with more experience, had to take it upon our shoulders to lead this team. And as of right now, we're doing good right now, and just got to keep pushing forward. And everybody's going to accept their role, and we're good.
Yeah, and talk a little bit about Coach Johnson, because he's had a tradition here at Jackson of some great teams. Talk about your coach.
He's very excited this year. He likes our team. We're looking good. He pushes us daily at practice, knows we have the potential to be one of the best teams in the league, and he's excited. We're all excited.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
There you go. That's Christian Liddell, our Allstate Insurance agent. Brian Reed, player of the game. Brian lives and works in your community. Stop by the Brian Reed Agency in Everett or call 425-337-4646 with Brian Reed and Allstate. You're in good hands. On radio, we've got our post-game show coming up on STSPN. Thanks for being with us here on this Tuesday night. And we're back with you on Friday on STSPN. Again, the final score, it's the Jackson Timberwolves 68, the Everett Seagulls 49. This is Western Conference Basketball on Fox Sports 1380, FM 95.3. Okay. So you don't have to just...
You're watching Jackson